I would randomly get things here and there. I call them pork chops, like little things. And then somehow you try to blend it all together, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right term, but me and my girlfriends would always call them pork
I like
chop
that
tattoos.
called pork chops.
Yeah, and I
call
still
them
use it.
sticker tattoos, but
Yeah,
I kind
sticker
of
tattoos.
I like pork chop better. I don't know why. I don't know the reference at all.
I don't really know it
for
either,
that, like,
but me
slap a pork chop on it.
and one of my girlfriends, she's like, yeah, I always get like pork choppy tattoos. I was like, yeah, me too. And then it always stuck. Hey there. Welcome to Parties to Playdates. I'm Kendall.
And I'm Jess. We're here to fill your day with warmth and laughter.
Join us as we navigate the chaos and joy of everyday life.
We're all about sharing real life moments with a dash of humor and practical tips.
So grab your coffee and settle in for a cozy chat.
Because here, every moment is a story worth sharing.
No topic is off limit.
And every listener is a friend.
Let's get this party started.
Well, hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing great. Do you know I learned that cute little coffee shop Abide on the way into your neighborhood has a call ahead feature that you can use through DoorDash? I didn't have a chance to get coffee this morning, and so I was on my way here and I was like, oh, where's a coffee shop? And then that one popped up and I was like, oh, that one's always busy when I drive by. But I was like, maybe they have an order ahead, and I clicked on it and they did, and I was like, what? And it was like, walk up, skip the line and show them your thing. So I walked up, boom, ready to go, walked away. I was like, oh no.
You're like, this is addicting.
This might be my Monday morning coffee stop.
Oh my gosh. But that one's the one that tastes like Fruit Loop?
It's white mocha, but it has an underlying Fruit Loop, but it was called something time white mocha. I don't know.
Okay.
I have no idea. It didn't
I'll
have
say
it didn't have a description, but I feel like it has like a fruitiness to it.
Abide is one of everyone's favorite spots over here. It is literally so good. I was going to say, did Kyle come bring it to you in your car? He's the owner.
No,
and
it's this super cute blonde girl.
Yes,
she's
they're
like,
so
oh,
cute.
we've got it. We've got it right here for you.
They're so cute. I swear they only hire like the cutest, youngest girls. They're so sweet.
Yeah, it was nice. It tastes really good. I'm not upset.
I'm so glad you tried it.
Yeah, it's super tasty.
Maverick loves little apple juices, and he's always like, up, 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 up. And he always points to the girls. I'm like, you want to talk to the girls? Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then he'll literally stand up on the little platform they have.
Yeah.
And he grabs the juice on display and just hands it to them.
Oh.
And it's so cute. Then he looks at me for cash. He'll be like,
give me that money.
I'm like, yes, I am your money bank.
I love it.
It's so cute. Yeah.
Well, what did they say or do this week?
Let me start because it's not funny and it's not great. So you know October, I've said this so many times, it's my favorite, absolute favorite month. So many good things happen in October. Your birthday's in October.
Yeah.
Our anniversary's in October. The weather's great in October. All the activities, the sunsets, everything. Well, I was so gung-ho for October. And it was fantastic up until like 2 weeks ago. It was one thing after another. Today's probably the first day I actually feel mentally stable.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
It's unstable October.
Literally unstable October. So with this pregnancy, I've been having so many Braxton Hicks every day, probably since I was like 20 weeks. So it's been months. I just know I'm having them. It's whatever. They're uncomfortable. It sucks. It's whatever. And my doctor knows about it. So they were like, oh, if you have more than 5 in an hour, you got to be seen. I'm like, oh, okay. I never knew that. I'm like, what's the point of that? I don't know.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
I would totally not follow that rule.
I know. And I didn't. And then I did. And I'm so glad I did. But 2 weeks ago, I was literally doing nothing. I was sitting on the couch. I was like, I'm going to poach some pears and make a little dessert. It was 1 in the afternoon. And I was like, wonderful.
You sound like my children. Go on.
I was like, it sounds so good. And we had a whole bag of pears I needed to use. So I was making pear bread, pear desserts, pear everything. And I was like, I'm going to poach some pears. It sounds delicious. He's like, yeah. I literally get up, prepare the pears, put them in. And then as they're boiling, I don't know, something came over my body and it hurt. It felt like I was going to give birth. I was like,
oh no,
I'm not feeling good. I'm going to go lay down. So I laid down, and then literally 10 minutes later, I was screaming. I was like, I am in so much pain. Ryan's like, what's going on? I was like, I don't know. I'm just hurting. And my stomach was protruding forward and it was rock hard. I was like, let me just sit in the bathtub. So I sat in the bathtub for an hour and then it kind of went away. And then I was like, I need a nap because I'm so exhausted. So I slept, woke back up. It was dinner time, had dinner. Then it came back with full force again. And I was like, what is happening? And I was like, Ryan, I think I need to go in. And he was like, okay. And it's 10 o'clock at night. I'm like, this blows. So I went in and they were like, well, thank God you're here because you're having contractions. and we don't know if we have to deliver. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? So yeah, I had to stay overnight, and it was awful. And it was so scary because...
What did they just watch you? What did they do?
They watched me for the first hour. They were like, we can stop them if you just need fluids. Maybe it's just a dehydration thing. And I was like, I've been chugging water. And Ryan was shoving electrolytes down my throat earlier because we were like, oh, drink more water. And they're like, oh, well, your pee's not like...
I wanted to say that's what he calls it, electrolytes.
Stupid. So good.
Sorry.
Yes, code word.
I'm terrible.
Code word. Actually, that's a good one because it's so used. Everyone uses electrolytes.
Everybody loves electrolytes. Everybody needs them.
That's hilarious. So they're like, maybe it's just that. So after an hour of quick IV fluids, they're like, nope, definitely still having them. And I was like, yeah, that sucks. They're like, yes, you need to stay. And I'm like, okay, great. So then, yeah, they kept giving me more fluids, and then they started ramping up different shots to give me to stop them. Wasn't working. Give me different pills to stop it. They were giving me pain relievers to see if my body was in some type of pain to kind of relax my uterus.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing was working. Literally, they're like, they wouldn't even let me eat too. So I was like,
oh my gosh,
4 or 5 in the morning. I was
so
annoying.
annoying.
Like, I know this is annoying, but can I order breakfast or can I get food? And they were like, honestly, no, because we don't know if we have to do a C-section. And I was like, is this seriously?
This is one of my biggest pet peeves with hospitals.
I was like, this is still on the list of things to do today?
Yeah.
I was like, no. And then finally they were like, well, actually, ironically, your doctor's coming in at 8 o'clock. I was like, Sledge is my doctor? They're like, yeah. I was like, oh, bring him in here when he gets here. I need to
tell him to bring a sandwich.
I gotta talk to him. And they were like, no worries, we'll ask him. Right when he got there, he's like, oh yeah, let her eat. And I was like, thank you, baby Jesus.
Oh my gosh, for real.
God, I was starving. But yeah, they just kept monitoring me throughout the day. And then he was like, honestly, you're still having contractions, whether you feel them or not, which I wasn't at the time. I finally was like, okay, I think I'm finally relaxing. I don't know. And I was like, maybe they're gone. He's like, they're not gone. They're still there, but you just can't feel them. He's like, I think you just need to go home. Just do a lot of resting, do a lot of fluids, and
relax.
Yeah.
Chill out.
And I was like, okay. And he's like, here's some pills in case something happens again. He's like, take these. And then if that doesn't work, come back in. I'm like, okay, great. I don't want to ever come back in. That was awful.
I don't ever want to be here ever.
No. And I was so uncomfortable. But so that all went down. So that was shaking me to my core.
Yeah.
And then having to go back to work after that was awful because I was scared because I get a lot of Braxton Hicks really hardcore after work. Everything just hurts. My back is breaking, everything. Yeah, so that was scary. And then right after that, we think Mav had hand, foot, and mouth.
Oh, that's been going around.
Yep.
Yeah, that's been going around
it was
for
just
sure.
back to back of not doing anything for a full week of just rest and sitting on my ass, and then another full week of not leaving the house because we really didn't know if he actually had it or not. It was the craziest thing because it was attacking his butt, which LOL. Yeah. Thank God it was his
so
butt and
funny.
not his face or his hands, like where it's noticeable.
Yeah.
And then ironically, he did bite his tongue really hard that same day. So we didn't know if it was a mouth sore or it was actually yeah. And then he also got bit by ants. So we couldn't tell if those were ant bites.
Ants or hand, foot, mouth.
Yeah, but his butt was being attacked. So we don't even know. We'll just be on the safe side. So
yeah,
it has been back to back of so much stress and trauma.
I'm going to just say it's not over.
I know. And now he's just being a little jerk because now everything is no, 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 no. He tells us no. And he goes like this. No, no, no.
Gosh.
He's mean.
Has he been watching The Real Housewives or something?
I don't know what he's been watching, to be very honest with you. But he's learning a lot from whatever he's watching because the other day I was like, oh, ice cream. And he looked at me and made the cone and was licking it. And I was like, do you know what that is? Yeah. Ice cream? Yeah. And he did it. I was like, weird.
So
that's why I got him an ice cream.
Probably Miss Rachel.
Actually, he tells us no to her.
Oh my gosh.
Goes, no. So yes, the week
exhausting weeks.
So give me something good because I need something good in my life.
This is pretty funny.
Good.
So for Halloween, we were handing out candy, and I had set up for decorations in our yard this year. I did these 6 skeletons, and I posed them. They were taking a selfie, so they were like, woo!
Oh, cute.
And I put leftover Halloween masks from previous years. One of them had a lei, one of them had a Deadpool mask. I put a witch hat on one. I wrapped one in a sheet to make him look like a mummy. I just put a sheet on another one to make him look like a ghost. It was actually cute and funny. Put a couple little yard lights I had pointing on them so they were illuminated. So on Halloween, I got out the fog machine that I bought last year.
Love it.
And so I was shooting the fog at the skeleton. So they're hanging out in the fog. So I was doing it off and on throughout the night to where I shoot out a little bit, give a little thing. But then the fluid in the machine was not going down. I had filled it all the way up. I'm like, I need to clear this out. So I just turned it on
the whole time
and started. It was nonstop. I was smoking the entire street. But I think it played into my favor because it was getting later into the night and the kids were starting to dwindle, because we're at the end of the street where the beginning of the street is really busy. And then the further you get down our street, the more sporadic it is. But I think I was luring people in with my smoke because they were like, what's going on over there? Ooh, spooky, whatever. But what was also funny is some kids, sometimes the wind wasn't breezy at all and it wouldn't blow it away. And so it would settle in a cloud where even there was times that I was waving my little bat wing to clear it out of my face. But kids, you could hear them coming. They would be coughing or complaining about the smell or this and that. But this one little girl comes up and she runs into the fog machine, direct contact with the cloud. And she's like in it. And she's like, is this what it feels like to be in a cloud? And I was like, yes, it is. She was another kid came up and was like swooshing it into his face and inhaling. And I was like, maybe don't do.
They're like chemicals.
Maybe don't do that. And then the funniest one was this little boy that came up. He was probably 5. He was dressed as a cop.
Cute.
And he's getting candy and his mom is standing there with him and he looks at me and he's like, what's with all the smoke? And I was like, I'm so sorry, officer. It's not what you think. And his mom died and he was like, this is too much smoke. He was not happy with the smoke at all.
He was in character.
He was in full character. She's like, well, I guess we picked the right costume for him this year. And he stomped away all irritated, shut it down. This is so ridiculous.
That's hilarious. Were they appearing out of nowhere because they're coming through the smoke to trick or treat?
I could still see them coming. It was because it was a little breezy, so it would settle a little bit, but then the breeze would come through and it would dissipate or whatever. Dissipate?
I think that was right. Sounded good.
But yeah, I was cracking up. And then the neighbor that lives right next door to us, he comes home and he was like, oh man, love the fog machine. He goes, I saw it from down the street. And I was like, oh my gosh, is something on fire by our house? He's like, then I just realized it was your awesome fog machine. He's like, it looks so cool. Makes all the decorations look epic, because it was floating towards his house and they had this cute illuminated Halloween arch thing.
Oh,
and
cute.
it just, fog machines give a vibe.
They really do.
And so I was like, this is my best purchase ever. I still have almost a full gallon of, it's called bog fog liquid. I was like, what am I going to do with this? I was like, maybe it's time to have a laser party.
I wanted a fog machine this year, but I just couldn't come to terms with buying it.
Yeah.
/ it wasn't going to be here in time. So, you know what we did instead, which worked really well. I saw on, I think it was Pinterest or something, that you just use your diffuser and put it in a pumpkin.
Oh, that's a cute
and
idea.
It worked really, really well.
Yeah, that's a really cute idea.
And it was the cutest little stream.
I love it.
It was so sweet. And it lit up the pumpkin. It was great.
That's perfect.
So
That's
that was
a great idea.
My next best option of not having a fog
It's like the
machine.
granola fog machine. It's just a diffuser.
And if I had really good fall scented oil, I
Very
definitely would
vegan
have,
of you.
I would have put it in there.
Oh my gosh. Some of those fall scented oils are my favorite.
I didn't have a single one.
My goodness gracious. I love that smell.
Yeah, it was. Ryan was like, just put it in there. It's a great idea. It was a fun night.
So
good times. We did Jell-O shots, and then the neighbors across the street were handing out beer. And I want to say they were doing tacos or nachos or something, but we didn't actually stop because Maverick told us no. So we didn't stop at their house.
Well, some of our neighbors down from us were handing out cheeseburgers and like
Awesome.
chips and stuff, and these people come up and they have a cheeseburger and chips and they're looking in the candy bowl and they're like, oh, do you guys have any soda in there? And I was like,
In the candy bowl?
yeah. I was like, no. And they're like, oh, well, the other house gave us a burger and chips but not a drink. And I wanted to be like, you're fucking welcome. Like, you shouldn't get anything on Halloween, honestly.
They've been like, there's a
And
garden hose.
They literally gave you a meal and you're complaining that they didn't give you a drink with it. Are you kidding me? Like, I was like, no, we just have candy. Which our street, I realized, gets so dark at nighttime that
So
we
does
had
ours.
our skeletons illuminated and we were sitting right next to them with our candy bowl. but people would almost walk by us because they couldn't see us.
Aww.
And so I ended up taking one of my little strobe lights I had out and just putting it inside the candy bowl so kids could see what they were getting and that they could see that there was a candy bowl. And even then, with the strobe light in the candy bowl, kids would walk up to get a piece and I'd be like, yeah, just take a couple. And they'd be like, I didn't see you.
I didn't see you.
I was like, I know what I'm doing next year. Like,
scaring
I'm
shit
gonna
out of
sit
kids.
out here in the dark with an illuminated candy bowl and then grab people. Like, it's gonna be great.
There were people that were doing that too, or had the bowls that would grab you or touch you.
Yeah.
Mav was so hysterical with like certain things because he loves the spooky decor of Halloween and everything, but he would walk up to houses and just go straight for the candy. He doesn't even know what he's grabbing.
Yeah.
And then finally when he got the hang of it after trick-or-treating for a little bit, the very last few houses he looked hysterically like a brat almost. He sprinted up,
Mike grabbed it and
turned
ran.
around and ran, didn't say a single word, and then he'd be like bye as he's walking away, and I was like, oh my god.
I love it.
It was great. Made us laugh.
So funny.
It was a fun time. But today we are talking about tattoos.
We are.
Which is funny because we've never even talked about it once.
We really haven't. I feel like it's just something that's around. And I love it. It's the day you wore long sleeves.
I know. Which is really funny because I got cold. But yeah, tattoos are way more mainstream now, so I feel like it'd be a fun topic to talk about and hit on certain things. But let's talk about your newest tattoo because it's freaking gorgeous. She just got one.
Yeah. This pretty girl right here.
This pretty gal.
You can't really see her very good because I realized after I got this, it's really hard to show to people and not feel really awkward holding your arm
in a certain way.
In a certain way. But she has a pretty face and the pretty flower and my little neon flower. I don't know.
You're like this awkward.
I'm like, how to get this in here? Anyways, guys, we'll post a picture.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just got this one. This is my third tattoo. So I think it's funny because my second tattoo is a really big one on my leg. And then I have one little tiny one that's one that me and my sister got. But I don't think I got that one with my sister until I was 30.
See, that's so interesting to me.
Until I was like 30 because I always thought tattoos were cool. Like I love anything art related. So anything that's creating something beautiful. I love the idea of having to do a piece of art on a curved canvas. It's such an interesting art form to me. And I've always really appreciated the artistry of it. But I'm an extremely indecisive person. And so through all the years, I've been like, ooh, what if I get this? And then I'd be like, nope. And I talk myself out of it. I'm like, ooh, what if I got this? And I was like, nope, talk myself out of it. So for so many years, I thought they were really great and I would love to get one, but I could never decide what do I want. And the one that I got with my sister, we got right before we moved to Virginia, which I had lived in Utah for a couple years and with all my kids. And since I graduated high school, I had lived away from home a lot. And then once I got married, obviously I lived away for 6 or 7 years. So I feel like it was our one last, I'm probably not going to live here again. I love you so much. You're my best friend. We're getting one. Signify our love kind of thing. That one was really easy because it was just like, of course, you're my sister. Of course I'll get a tattoo with you.
And did she have some before that or was that her first one too?
No, she probably had 5 or 6 at that point. I don't even see that one ever. I actually sometimes forget that it's there because it's on my back. And so it's not a place that you catch in the mirror very often. And a few
Unless
times,
you're like, ooh, look at that ass.
Yeah, only when I'm checking out my ass do I get a chance to see it. But even then, sometimes I'm like, what is on my back? Oh, that's my tattoo. You know, sometimes you just forget that it's there. And then the one I got on my leg, that one's only been 3 years ago, 4 years ago, maybe.
Is it by the same guy?
It is not.
Oh, okay.
It's not. What's funny is I went from one little tiny baby tattoo to this one, which was an 8-hour full.
You're like jumping the gun. You're like, I'm going for it, baby.
Because I was like,
good for you.
My perspective is with tattoos is I love the art and I want a piece of art from an artist. And so I'm going to give them some parameters, but I'm not going to walk in and be like, I want a mermaid riding a dinosaur tromping through a jungle, because I'd rather have something they're excited about creating and that they're really happy about creating something beautiful than me putting them in a box of something dumb I came up with.
That's okay, because I bet you they would probably think your ideas are really cool.
I just want pretty art, honestly. I know people get tattoos of all sorts of weird stuff. And some of the weird things I think are very entertaining and super funny.
Oh, yeah.
But that's just not the type of tattoos that I want. So when I go for tattoos, I want something that's a piece of art, something that's beautiful and impressive and, I don't know, from an artist kind of thing.
And they're both faces, right?
They're both faces.
Yeah. So I think that's really cool that you get, is it hyper-realism or is it realism? I don't exactly know the exact term.
I feel like the one on my leg would be considered black and gray realism. This one, there is an aspect of realism, but
I feel the funkiness of the pink is so cool.
But his stuff almost comes out as classical, not portraits, but statues.
Ooh.
His come off with almost a statuesque kind of vibe that are very classical, sculptural kind of images. Really cool. And that he mixes that with like realistic flowers and then the neon. And this guy, his name is Freddie Albrighton, and he's from the UK. And I heard about him. I saw him on Ink Master.
Oh my God. I didn't know that's who you got it from.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
I was just talking about him.
Really?
Oh my God. I can't wait to tell Ryan. I had no idea.
Yeah, it was
we
him.
love him.
He was so nice.
Which is so funny because when I saw the first neon thing, that's the first person I went to because that's his style.
Yeah, totally. And
like his signature. That is so cool.
When I saw him on the show, I was like, oh my gosh, this guy is an artist. And he didn't win at the end because he picked an image that made you be like, whoa. Kind of thing. It was a little out there and the judges gave him shit about it, but it was art because it made you think and it made you be like, what? And it made you question things and like, why this and why that? And I love that about him, but I loved his imagery and his composition and the contrast that he puts in his pieces and stuff like that. So when I started watching that show, I was like, I love this guy. I found him on Instagram and I followed him. And then he posted that he was going to be doing conventions here in the US because he lives in the UK. And right now he's specifically doing only pink and black tattoos. That's all he's doing right now.
And you were like, that is so my vibe.
And I was like, I freaking love pink. And I love the idea of a pink and black tattoo. And I've seen other pink and black tattoos that he had done. And I was like, yes, sign me up, please.
I'm so excited. That is so cool.
Yeah. And he was so professional. He was so nice. He was so like apologetic. Like, I'm sorry, this part's going to hurt a little bit. I'm like, bro, the
whole thing's gonna hurt.
I'm like, listen, I have a really high pain tolerance. I've had a lot of kids naturally. Pain is just part of life. I'm choosing this pain. I can accept it. We're gonna be fine. And he was so nice about it.
That is awesome.
It was the best experience ever. I'm like, I would get 100 more tattoos from him because he was just phenomenal.
Yeah, that's another thing I always found so cool and interesting. Like you've been to tattoo conventions, and that's where you got both of your big pieces, correct?
Yeah.
I have never been to one.
They're really interesting.
I bet they are.
They're really, okay. They're a fun place to get a tattoo because the people watching is top notch. You see the craziest things. We saw a lady with a little chihuahua that was painted like a leopard.
Oh my God.
Like, but a rainbow leopard.
Oh my God.
It was
like
so,
a Lisa Frank.
Like a Lisa Frank. Yes. Like a Lisa Frank chihuahua, leopard chihuahua. It was perfect. There was a guy walking around with a monkey in a backpack. Like a real monkey. That was a little scary because the monkey was jumping from side to side inside the backpack like he was really trying to escape and assault some people. It was a little creepy.
And could you imagine if it got loose?
No. And then what was really nice is where his booth was at was right by the stage where they would do live music and different things like that.
Up at a good spot.
Yeah, and they also did cage match karaoke, which you would have freaking killed. Because
what is cage match?
Cage match karaoke. So the first round, you get to pick a song of your choice. The second round, they pick a song for you that's the opposite genre of the original song that you have to sing. The third round, you're singing in a group with a final 3 or whatever, and you all just go for it. And during that round, they had passed out marshmallows to the crowd, and the crowd just started pelting them with marshmallows. And then towards the end of the song, they made them put marshmallows in their mouth and finish singing the song with the marshmallows.
Fun.
It was really fun. It was probably the most entertaining karaoke I've seen.
So, do they serve booze at these places?
Oh, 100%.
Okay. Because
there's mini bars all over the place.
Okay, good.
And what's crazy is all the booths, there's people getting tattooed in pretty much every single booth. So you can walk around throughout the day and see a complete back piece getting done.
So cool.
And people have books with all their art and stuff, so you can look at their different tattoos. And some of them have flash tattoos that you can be like, I want that. And they'll be like, come on in. So
that's so cool.
it's fun.
That
it's a fun
sounds
vibe.
like so much fun.
Yeah. And the outfits that people wear.
For sure.
And the crazy part is some people really surprise you. There was this older couple that came through to say hi to Freddie, and they were probably in their 60s. And they were like, our son is here getting a tattoo this week, and we just love all his tattoos, but neither of us have any tattoos at all, but we love coming to these things.
How
like
cute
they
are
were the cutest, sweetest people. They were all about it. They were fans of all these different tattoo artists. They were so cute. And I was like, freaking love these people. I just love when people are like, we like this, and it doesn't matter.
They're like open-minded.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if they're completely not tattooed at all, and they just love the idea of it, and they love supporting people, and they're like, oh, look, we got this shirt from this guy, we got these stickers from this guy.
Oh,
they were
so
buying
supportive.
merch, and it was so cute. It was so cute.
Oh my God, I love that so much.
yeah.
What great parents.
I know. I was like, oh my gosh, they're so nice. They were so sweet. So you have them next to the girl that has ginormous plate side gauges and a split tongue and all the piercings and a crazy outfit on, and her eyeballs are tattooed.
And they're like, you're beautiful.
Like,
and they can like,
oh my gosh, look at your work. So and so did that. Like they're just the juxtaposition of people. And you know what's interesting is people are so nice. I didn't hear any people being like, oh, get out of my way, because that one was really busy. It was like their 38th year doing that convention. And people were friendly. People were nice. This one was very kid friendly too. They had a kid tattoo competition.
How cute.
Where they gave the kids markers and they would draw tattoos on their parents, and then they'd bring them up on the stage. They'd ask them questions about what was your inspiration or why did you choose this. One mom totally let the kid do a face tattoo.
I love it. Go full force.
I was like, that's a really nice mom.
Is it Sharpie?
I don't know if it was Sharpie or not, but she definitely had marker on her face, 100%. And the kid was young, so that's the quality we were looking at. It was epic. So
it's so funny because I always think about that, especially with Maverick. He's only known us with tattoos. We haven't got a single extra tattoo ever since he's been born. And he just knows us. And when he was little, he would pretend to pick at them and pretend to eat them. He's the kind of kid, I don't know if he'll ever get tattoos unless he changes when he gets older. But as of right now, he doesn't like anything on his body.
Yeah.
He didn't like Band-Aids. When he was 1, we put temporary tattoos all over him and he didn't even notice them.
Yeah.
But now when I put something on, he's like, oh, and he'll be rubbing it off, or if he's dirty, things need to be, it's funny.
That's interesting.
It's so interesting to me.
What about you? When did you start getting tattoos? Because you have a lot.
I do. And it's funny because the way you look at your tattoos now is so opposite the way I did, because I was 15.
Yeah.
And so.
That is so, was your mom signing off on?
Oh yeah, she got a matching one.
Oh my gosh, I freaking love it.
I know. It's so funny. I love my parents. I think they're so freaking awesome. I thought they were the most strictest people growing up, because they were. We had a curfew till we were 18. And mind you, I wasn't 18 until I was in college.
Yeah.
So I still had a curfew when I was in college.
I love that. They're like, but let's go get a tattoo.
Such bullshit.
And
yeah.
go ahead and take that pole dancing class.
100%. And she let me get my nose pierced when I was 13. It was all these things. She was like, yeah, for sure. Go ahead. She's like, I'll get one too. And
I'm just like, express yourself.
100%.
But be home by 10.
100%. Which I love that they were like, cool, express yourself however you want. They would have never questioned us no matter what. And she let me dye my hair when I was super young. All these different crazy colors, short, long, didn't matter. It was great. But yeah, 15. And it was me, my sister, my mom all got matching tattoos, which I think is the only way I could have gotten one. Yeah. And then that kind of opened the door to be like, well, I'm going to go get another one. And she'd be like, well, what is it? And I would tell her and she'd be like, okay. And I would be able to go do it. And it was this guy. It wasn't at a shop. He would come to our house, or I would go to his house. And he worked for my dad. He was a meat cutter at one of his stores.
Random.
Yeah. Super random. And just.
Was his name Chuck?
No, it was Caesar.
Caesar.
My dad is a softie, and he has a very soft spot in his heart. He would be the only person to hire felons or people that came out of prison or something like that. He was one of them.
So you were getting prison tattoos.
Literally. Yes.
At 15.
Yes. And it was a lot of fun. It was great. I expressed myself. And I will say one of them I did cover up.
Yeah.
That was my only big cover up. And it was,
What was it? I'm so curious.
it was great. It just wasn't done well. Sorry, Caesar.
I think he'll understand.
Yeah. He'll never hear this anyway. So it was sunflowers. And then it said patience is a virtue in the vines. And it was on my hip, my side to my stomach. And now I have a huge phoenix that covers it.
Yeah.
And that's my only cover up. That's when it all started, and it was really fun. And then I would randomly get things here and there. I call them pork chops, like little things. And then somehow you try to blend it all together, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right term, but me and my girlfriends would always call them pork
I like
chop
that
tattoos.
called pork chops.
Yeah, and I
call
still
them
use it.
sticker tattoos, but
Yeah,
I kind
sticker
of
tattoos.
I kind of like pork chop better. I don't know why. I don't know the reference at all.
I don't really know it
for
either,
that. Like,
but me
slap
and,
a pork chop on it.
me and one of my girlfriends, she's like, yeah, I always get like pork choppy tattoos. I was like, yeah, me too. And then it always stuck.
And can you please just get a pork chop as the tattoo, which would be really double funny because you don't even eat pork chops, but a tattoo.
But see, I'm also the kind of person, which Ryan and I just talked about this the other day. We were driving home from Panama City Beach, and we were talking about tattoos, and I said, so do all of your tattoos have meanings? And he looked at me dead straight, and he was like, every single one.
Ooh.
And I was like, no. I was like, there has to be something. And then I sat there and I started looking at him, and he was like, ask me. And I was like, well, what about this one? And I was like, oh, never mind. I know the one behind that one. And I was like, what about this one? And he gave me an answer. And I was like, what about this one? And he's like, I'm telling you, every single one. And I was like, I cannot be the more opposite. I was like, maybe a handful, maybe like 7 have actual meaning.
Yeah.
The other ones were stuff I liked, stuff I enjoyed, stuff I think looks pretty, art, just stuff like that. And I was like, we couldn't be more opposite.
That is so interesting.
It is really interesting.
But I do feel like it is 2 very different types of people. There are the meaning people, and then there are the people that are just like, I don't care. Or the people that have a vision and there's a plan and all of it works together kind of thing. That's so interesting.
Totally the opposite. And it was funny because we were talking about how you can be polar opposite from someone else, but it's still going to be in the realm of getting a shitload of tattoos. When I started, I always knew I was going to have a bunch of tattoos. My dad, love him, only has like 2, maybe 3 tattoos, and they are so small. One of them is his wedding ring, and the other one he has a matching one with my mom. I think he has 2 matching ones with my mom. I don't know, but my mom has way more than my dad. And every single one of my siblings, all 5 of us, all have tattoos. And I was like, yeah, I know I'm going to have a lot of tattoos. I just love it. I love the look of it. I love that it could tell a story. Art is usually the main reason. I just love funky shit. So when I started my left arm and just getting pork chop random pieces. And then at the very end, we kind of like filled it in with a very light background, but it's all random things that I either drew myself or I told the guy that was doing them. He did my whole arm, which was cool.
That is cool.
And then, actually, no, he didn't do everything. He didn't do one that's on my wrist right here, which is half a mandala, which I let the guy freehand while he was just tattooing.
Oh, wow.
And it came out really good.
That's cool.
Yeah, he was like, I get the vibe that this is what you're going for. He's like, do you care if I just go for it? And I was like, yeah. He's like, no stencil? I was like, no. And he did. Amazing. And it was really cool. And it was really fun to watch.
I don't know how they do it with a stencil or without a stencil, because when they put the stencil down, it just looks like a bunch of shitty lines. Like, and I'm just like, how do they know which is which? How do they know where they're going with the color? And they'll start from the bottom up and do all of this stuff that I'm like, how is that going to connect? What's going to happen? It is impressive.
It was mesmerizing watching him do it. And it just came out perfect. There was no, oops, there's not enough room for this line.
Yeah.
Or, I forgot. That's awesome. It was so fun to watch. And then, then the guy did my whole arm, which was great. And then in the middle or at the end of my arm, I was like, I need to get this tattoo covered up. And he was like, I can't do that. He does not really do color at all. And this one was my only color tattoo. So his shop buddy, who I absolutely love, he's such an old school tattoo artist. So many people know him because he's been in the industry for decades. I want to say 40.
Holy cow.
He is amazing. He even makes his own ink. What? That's how old school he is. Yes. So when he was like, I would love to do your cover up. And I was like, oh my God, I would love for you to do it too, because you're a legend. And so I told him, I was like, I want this beautiful phoenix. And he's like, okay. He's like, I'm going to let you know these colors are super, super serious. They will never fall out and you will have these colors forever. And I was like,
crazy.
Hell yeah. And he's like, I hand make them. And he's showing me, and it's so freaking cool. And the funniest part is The very first session, they all have like little different rooms in their shops or whatever. I've never been in his little room, but in his room, I was getting it all done and I was laying there and I look over in the little cubicle next to us and I was like, oh my God, I think I know that guy. He's like, yeah, he's the head singer of the Goo Goo Dolls.
What?
And I was like, what the hell?
What?
I was like, he's looking at my ass because my whole butt is out at this point because it goes so far down. I had no pants on and just butt cheeks. And I was like, oh my God, he's totally seen my ass. I thought it was the funniest thing ever.
That is so funny.
But it was really cool. That's how popular he is.
Wow.
It's so cool. Great cover up. The only cover up I have. And honestly, I don't think I really want anything else covered up because I have no regret about any of them.
Yeah.
Even though some of them are so out there and random, funky, small, feminine line, little dainty lines, but with a weird statement to it. I don't even know how to describe, but the one that's no one ever really sees in my arm right here, it's a skull that's actually a snail and it's smoking a joint. And it's but it's so feminine and it's so cute and has little mushrooms growing out the top of it and these little flowers. It's so cool, but it's so funky and weird. Those have no meaning. It'd be like, what's the point of that?
What's the meaning behind this, Kendall?
Yeah, I know. My mom would always ask me, so your next, she's like, wow, that one's really big. What's the meaning behind it? I'm like, Mom, there is none.
There's no.
So get
no
over
meaning.
it. You're done. We're
it
done.
looks cool.
Exactly. She's like, usually when people get tattoos, they have meanings. I'm like, well, not me. So sorry. And then I got to the point where I started my other arm and then I started having kids where you're not getting tattooed while you're pregnant.
Yeah.
You're not getting tattoos while you're breastfeeding. So, and you need money.
Yeah, true.
And you need some money.
True.
So,
well, that's what I always tell my kids. They'll be like, oh, I can't wait till I'm 18. I'm going to get a tattoo. And I was like, just a heads up. If you want a decent one, wait until you can afford a good artist because you don't want just a bunch of shitty ones.
Yeah.
That's my thing. I always tell them. And I even asked Freddie when he was doing my arm, because he has a lot of tattoos up his neck, partially on his face. He said he started getting when he was really young, and I was like, do you regret starting swimming? He's like, yes. I have a lot of really dumb ones that I kind of wish weren't there, and they're not good either. He's like,
see?
They're kind of garbage. And I was like, I'm totally telling my kids.
100%.
Listen to Freddie, kids. He said, wait until you can afford a good artist, because there is a really big difference with the longevity of them and the quality of the lines and all of that stuff.
Totally. Longevity is a huge thing because once I realized I'm just going to be a tattoo hooligan for the rest of my life, I don't care if they show. So I started getting my hands done. Then I started going down past my wrists. Then I started getting my feet and my legs and whatever. And the longevity part, Ryan and I got these hearts that we match. His didn't stick, or not fully. There's one part of the heart that's fallen out. And it's probably because it was rushed or whatever. And the guy was like, well, I don't do hand tattoos. So I'm like, well, that's where we want it. So just do it. I'm paying you.
Just do it.
I don't know what to tell you. He's like, well, it's not going to stick. Well, just do it. If it doesn't, that's our fault.
Yeah.
Which it stuck
He
with
was
me.
right.
It stuck with me. A little part fell out, but it's not totally gone. It's
Yeah.
just a thinner line. But my feet, I got some tattoos done in Africa, which LOL, which crazy pants. I got one on the side of my foot. And I completely forget it's there because half of it's gone. So it literally full word and then half of a word.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing.
And I'm like, I'm just going to probably keep it unless I decide I'm going to.
It's like no regret.
Literally. It's like, I kind of regret it, but don't. I'm like kind of going on the fence. Yeah. And then I have some fun ones from Vietnam on my toes. And those ones were always fun. I loved traveling and getting tattoos. I'm saving my back for a full back piece.
Yeah.
But there's this one guy who I'll probably never go to. I would absolutely love to do something like this, but too expensive, too far, too much, probably way too painful. But there's this guy, I think his name's Joseph, if I'm saying it correctly. I think he's foreign, but he lives in Vegas and he does massive tattoos, full legs, full backs.
Yeah, big pieces.
Huge pieces. And they're so up my style, funky, girly, naturey vibes. They're so cool and I love them so much. But he'll do a full outline of your whole back and then you got to go back. And I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'd ever go back. It hurts so bad. It really hurts so bad.
Yeah.
We definitely went down the realm, me and Ryan, of which I'm shocked he doesn't have his head tattooed already, his head part. Because we saw some girl on, actually Ink Masters.
Yeah.
One of Ryan, the judge, do you ever watch this new season?
I have not watched the new season.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to.
Is it the Ashley Ryan girl?
Yeah, I call her Ryan.
Yeah. No, she was at the tattoo convention.
Oh, was she? She still shaved?
Yeah, her and a ton of the Ink Master
How fun.
people. It was really fun because people walk by and you'd be like, oh my gosh, I know that guy.
Yeah.
Know that guy, know that girl.
That is so cool.
It was cool. There was a lot of people there just doing their thing.
Because I was like, okay, I'm going to ruin it, but she shaved her head.
I actually followed her on Instagram and I saw the video where she posted a video shaving it on Instagram, and I was like, oh, dang. But what's funny, towards the end of the convention, at the beginning, people were like, oh, it feels really nice in here. They're usually really cold. By the end of the convention, everybody's like, it's kind of cold in here. And poor thing, she was walking around with the hoodie on the whole time. I was like, she's probably really cold because she has like no hair to keep her warm. I'm so impressed. People that are beautiful enough to pull off a shaved head.
Yes.
As a female,
and
a lot of
fantastic.
dudes look fine bald, but whatever. Girls that can shave their heads and still look feminine and beautiful is impressive. Even my sister was like, she looks really pretty for a bald chick.
I said the same thing. I was like, wow, she looks really
crazy.
good. And Ryan goes, the only thing I can't stand is the length of the buzz that she used. I love that because you're also bald, but
he's judging her
choice of clippers,
her clipper settings.
Yes, it was so funny. It cracked me up. But I was
hilarious.
like, oh my gosh, God forbid I ever have to shave my head for some type of reason or anything.
Oh, I can't do
or
it.
if I'd like decided, I have in the past really wanted to shave my head, and Ryan was like, absolutely not.
I'm sure you could pull it off. You totally have that face.
Well, that was nice. But I was like, oh my gosh, Ryan, I would have to wear big bold earrings and always have lashes on. And I was like, I need to jazz it up. But anyway, it's probably never going to happen. But I was like, if I ever have a shaved head, I'm 100% getting my head tattooed. And he was like, okay. And I was like, thanks for supporting me.
I love it. I cannot shave my head. I have this really weird lumpy situation.
I probably have lumps
on
too.
the sides that you can feel. It's like speed bumps.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
And what's funny is there was one time that I saw a guy with a shaved head that had those same
You're like, that's me.
bumps, and I was like, that's what my head would look like if I shaved it. I'm like, absolutely not. If I lose my hair, if I get cancer, if there's something that I have to shave my head for, going wigs all day, and
oh totally,
they're gonna be fun.
They're gonna be so fun. And I feel like that's the fun thing about shaved heads.
Crazy wigs. They're gonna be like, oh, Jessica's wearing the rainbow mohawk again. I'm gonna have all the haircuts. Rainbow mohawk.
That's so good. But in the car, we were just talking about tattoos and stuff, and I was like, I'm letting you know I'm doing all the things. Once this baby's out and I'm done breastfeeding, I am getting all the tattoos. And I was like, but I also need to make money to get all the tattoos.
Yeah.
So don't know how that's going to happen.
You need a second job. It's so true.
That's the only thing that stops, I think, a lot of people, or they don't realize.
Yeah, they don't realize. It's that choice of, do you want a really good one, or do you just want one for just because you can afford a $200 tattoo? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's crazy because even the small ones are a couple $100 usually if you're going to somebody half decent. So that's wild.
Yep. Tattoos are so fun.
I freaking love it.
Me too. I do too. I love
so
it
great.
too. I'm so glad.
So great.
Yeah. Tattoos are fun.
Well, what have you been cooking this week?
This week, it was so damn good. I did a deconstructed shepherd's pie.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was really, I should have done a full shepherd's pie, but then I was like, no, I don't really want to do that. I kind of want it separate in case I don't want the mashed potatoes tomorrow with all this. Maybe I just want it with something else.
Yeah.
So I did a deconstructed. So Ryan made me mashed potatoes, which were delicious.
Yeah.
And then I made a tofu and veggie scramble with a bunch of the Thanksgiving seasonings with rosemary and thyme and oregano and all the yummies, lots of garlic. And then I let that be by itself, the potatoes by itself. And then I made this bomb gravy, which usually I use with mushrooms. I started off with a mushroom base, and we use the amino acids instead of soy sauce in the house. So usually that's just what it is, adding water, cornstarch or flour, and just letting it do its thing, right?
Yeah.
Well, the mushrooms were bad. And so I was
no.
like, oh shit. I was like, I don't know how to do another gravy unless I just don't do it with no mushrooms. Is it going to taste weird? And then I was like, oh shit, because Ryan, when he makes gravy, just does it with beef broth. And then I was like, oh wait, Ryan randomly bought me this vegan beef broth paste, which is it's so good. It's
that
so
kind
delicious.
of stuff is game changer
It is
to have around.
Oh my God, it's so good. And I usually buy the same brand or version of it, but just with vegetables. But he's like, you should try the beef one. Like maybe it's good. And it's delicious. And he's like, use that. So I found this recipe on Pinterest, which I guess is the normal way of making gravy from scratch, which I had no idea that you just pretty much use seasoning, broth, and flour, cornstarch, or arrowroot or whatever you want to use. But I used all of that, and then it was asking for nutritional yeast to make it almost this cheesy flavor. It was so
yum
good. I can't stop thinking about the gravy. It was so delicious. And so I put my mashed potatoes, put a thing of the veggies in the tofu, and then doused it in gravy. And I was like, this is damn good. It was so good.
Listen, anything with gravy just makes me happy.
I know. Why is it so comforting?
I don't know.
There's something about it. Just warms your soul.
It's like that. It's fatty, creamy deliciousness. I don't know. It makes me happy.
Yeah. It was
so
damn good. And I am now like, oh, I'm going to make a shepherd's pie. Or I'm going to make this just whenever I feel like it now. It's so good.
I love it. Yeah. Oh, I've been making a bunch of soups and different things, chilies. But the other night I was going to do Polska sausage and potatoes. And I had done a grocery delivery order and they had subbed out one of my things, but then canceled my other thing. So listen, I have a family of 6 people. They're all adult size and they're crazy meat eaters. So when I make sausage and potatoes, I'm using 3 Polska sausages for one meal. And it's all going to get eaten because they're crazy meat eaters. So when I get in there to do it, I realized they took my 3 that I was supposed to get and they only got me 1 because they subbed it out. And then I had one that was an andouille sausage and I was so annoyed. You know, when you have a plan and then you go to do the plan and the plan is screwed. And so I was like, fine, I'm going to pivot. And so I just started digging through the freezer. Well, I had this bag of frozen Cajun pasta, something that I had got when I was out of town. I was like, well, we're doing that because I have andouille and I have this and that'll work better than just doing potatoes. It was the Zatarain's brand. It was creamy Cajun pasta. I got it at Walmart. I'm telling you guys all the details because you're going to want to get some of these. I cooked up my sausage and then I just pour that in and it has these little cubes of creamy butter flavored that, something that melt into it. Ooh. And there was chunks of chicken in it too. So it ended up actually having chicken and 2 kinds of sausage and then the pasta. But there was so much sauce and it was so creamy and spicy and delicious. And it literally took me 20 minutes to make. It was so fast. And Andrew was like, oh, this is amazing. My youngest son, I think, ate 3 portions of it himself. I was like, make this again.
He's the one that loved the spice that last time you made something too spicy.
He loves anything spicy or heavy on the meat. I could just make steak every night and he would be a happy kid. He loves meat. They were tearing the whole thing got eaten. It was crazy. There was none left, but I will be buying more of those.
Yeah. And you're like, thank you, whoever DoorDasher that did your...
Thank you, DoorDasher, who messed up.
Put me in this situation. Now I have a great dinner.
Yep. Well, guys, let us know. Do you guys have tattoos? Are we pro tattoo? Are we anti tattoo? Are we missing something? I feel like it's too late for us.
Oh, yeah. We're way too far gone.
But we'd still love to hear your opinions.
Yeah.
And your thoughts. Shoot us some pictures of your crazy random tattoos. Yeah. I used to always joke and say I was going to get a tattoo of a potato.
Hey.
I don't know why.
Screw it, girl. Do it.
So maybe one day a potato will make it in there. Maybe a pork chop. Who knows?
You never know. But yeah, let us know what you guys think about tattoos. If you guys have any other opposing opinions or thoughts or comments, I would love to have a conversation about that.
Yeah.
I think that'd be fun.
Good. And have a great week.
Yeah, enjoy. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. And that, party people, wraps up another delightful episode of Parties to Playdates.
We hope you're leaving with a smile, a story, and maybe a tip or 2.
Remember, life's journey is better shared with a friend.
And we're so grateful to be part of yours.
If you enjoyed today's chat, don't forget to rate and subscribe to our show.
Your support keeps our community growing and our stories flowing. We want to hear from you. Please send us your thoughts, ideas, and questions to partiestoplaydates@gmail.com. You can also find us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Parties to Playdates.
Until next time, keep embracing the chaos and finding the joy.
Take care and stay connected, party people.
Bye for now, and don't forget to laugh a little extra today.
Bye.